and divisions and stuff, so.
Okay.
I did programming and then I moved up the,
But now you just want to take it more.
yeah, no, yeah, my fiddle.
Yes, yes. My husband, he's in finance and it's like,
Yeah. You get a point and just like,
oh, he like worked his, and then at one point he had to stop, things happened.
Yeah.
And then he was so like, the ego was so like, oh my God, I worked so hard and I didn't get, and now he's like, oh my God, I'm so glad I never made it to that level.
I'm happy to be out.
Yeah.
I went from a dog eat dog world to a dog love dog world,
Oh.
which means is awesome.
Honey, do you have a note card?
I can't find one right now. But I have a notebook and I can transfer it.
Okay, so that's how we're gonna do that today, essentially.
I figured we were
Um,
going to, so.
So I so what did you think those who did read or listen to the book, can you do a little synopsis of what that is so that everybody knows what it's about thus far?
You're looking at me like I'm the only one that's read it.
I read the first part, so I can talk a little bit about the first part.
Okay.
So to me, it was very intriguing from the perspective of, the teacher coming in to teach the class, and he was like something different that they'd never seen before. So immediately, people are like, he's different, you know what? I don't really understand him. I just want to get my grade. I just want to go through this class. I just want to, get the checkbox students, because he's talking about teaching a class and stuff. And he asked them some basic questions. Why are you here? Well, I just want to get the grade, or I just need to do this, or I just need to do that. And what it was is he actually was very intriguing to them, because they're like, that's a simple, everybody has to write down. They were done in like 5 minutes, and the class is an hour long, whatever, how long it is. And then they're like, we're done. And he's like, he basically, made them dig deeper from there, but because they didn't understand. And then it's like, he challenged them a little bit every day, a little bit more, a little bit more. And people researched who he was. They went on, what's the one where people Wikipedia, yeah, they researched him because now they're intrigued, but he's doing what he's supposed to do. He's keeping them intrigued, right? To get them to get on board.
By the way, this is a trig class.
Yeah, so it's trig, yeah.
So this is hilarious.
Yeah. So he's getting them to be on board. You got a jock in the class, you got a cheerleader, you got the typical, think of high school kind of trig class or college trig class, whatever. Anyways, he was getting them on board and slowly in his own way and pulling them in, and he made him sign a contract to do something in 30 days. And they asked, oh, you mean you'll pass me or give me the grade A or whatever it was. At that point, you're going to pass the class, you're going to get an A, and you're cool. Well, they all signed the contract and never read the contract. That is a lesson in itself, right? So that was the lesson there. And then talked about the one girl who, I want to say she was a teacher, but she wasn't. She was swimming. Cheerleader, I thought she was, but she was actually a swimmer. And they were going to go to state. They were excited to go to state, but then their swimming coach died, and he's like, it's still the same people. Why do you feel you can't do it? Well, because she died, but you still have the same team. You can do it, right? That's where I left off.
Okay, brilliant.
But I resonated with all that, the building up, like we have the inner work, we can do it. It's what happens up here. That attitude is like a drop of water. You know what a drop of water is? It ripples out. Same thing with your attitude. That's kind of my takeaway.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
Now I'm passing the baton.
So first, like I wasn't sure how I was gonna feel about this book. And I feel like it was just me like resisting because I know I needed it. My Aquarius self. I think so once that happened, Christy is the character who's the swim captain. She ends up like the teacher, and the teacher called their group her mastermind group. So it's her group of people to help her reach those goals.
Right.
And
okay.
so, had her write the goal on the note card and then the action steps that she needed to take to get to that place. And so, it goes through her story, and it actually each one of them end up having their own goals to go through as well. Um, but they all helped each other get there, which was super powerful. And like April said, it really helped them dig deeper than just the surface level goals that we think we have. Um, so I I don't know what kind of synopsis you're looking for. I don't want to go into all the detail because that takes
Oh, it's
away
fine.
our question time, but um I found it I really like in the book the way they were reading it, like with each time someone had their note card that they were supposed to read on a daily basis
Mm.
to help shift their mindset. It's kind of like doing affirmations daily. It's it's taking the action steps and reaching your goals, but addressing it on a daily basis. I appreciated that they in the book, like every time they talked about the note card, or the teacher said, "What does the note card say?" It didn't generalize it. It went through it each time. So it really helps to, in my mind, it helped me solidify like what the goal and the action steps maybe need to look like. And so I found that helpful. But
I think to add on to that, because that's what I remember him saying, the key point I think that resonated, which is a true resonated with me, is just 5 minutes a day.
right.
It's simple too. If you can be
Mhm.
consistent with that simplicity, man, imagine what you can accomplish. But it's
Right.
being consistent, just like doing them prayer things. I started
Yeah.
good. I finished, but I started out good reading, the prayer or doing scripture or whatever X is, 5 minutes every day, doing it
Yeah.
consistently.
And I
I'm
think,
an Aries, I come out strong. Well, but and that's what I've got to work on, finishing strong.
yeah.
Yeah.
The stories themselves at Good is really good too, because it goes through how each of them grow and change throughout the school year, like working on their goals.
I'm going to finish the
And
book. I'm excited
each
to.
student has it's different paths, but they're all helping each other. And they're all able to grow in significant ways um through that process.
So, would you guys be interested in creating your own note card and committing to reading it twice a day for
Yeah.
5 minutes?
It's 5 minutes. That's
5 minutes.
the part the key part that was for me was that 5 minutes. I can do that, and that's as simple as it is, but the follow through is the part, right?
And that like there's something very similar in my practice that I have to like pay attention to. And I feel like it's been difficult in the last few weeks. Sort of. I wrap tefillin. It's a Jewish thing. And I did it last
You
night,
did.
right before the sun goes
You
down,
did.
because
You
like
did.
you
Yep.
can only do it in daylight hours.
Yeah.
That's like one of the things. And what was interesting is like I started tuning into, because there's some people who don't wrap during like Passover, for instance. So I started tuning in. All right, well, am I to wrap during this time or am I not? And I got no. Just be present, be with the energies of the holiday. We don't wrap on Shabbat either.
Okay.
So what's interesting is like normally with a habit, you have to do it over and over and over again, at least 21 days, right?
Okay.
I had been in the state of every single day except for Shabbat doing that months and months and months. Then there's a whole week where I don't do it.
And then getting back on the bike.
But I did get right back on the bike. But here's the thing is I was doing my morning practice. It was in the morning time that I was always doing it. It wasn't until like the right lead up to Passover that I started doing it
Okay.
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 And so I noticed, like, it was a good awareness of like, okay, so how can I shift it for the morning?
Right.
So, you know, we're gonna do our best if you want to do this.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, to get it in those time frames. Because
Mhm.
I know it can be tough sometimes. But, you know, not doing it is worse than not doing it at all. Well, you know, like
Right.
doing it a little
A
bit
little
is,
bit, right,
you
that's
know what I
right.
mean?
It's a good foundation. It's kind of like diets. It's the same thing. I've been on every diet in the whole world ever, forever, but but it's consistency with it. But
Yeah.
then, and I talked about working out, it's consistency. I'll go like 9 months. And then I'll be off a year and a half again. I've been doing this since I was 15.
So what is a good way we could track it that we do it every single morning and every single evening?
Accountability.
Does it have to be morning and evening? Can it be like morning, afternoon?
Well, let's determine this. We're making the rules up, right?
Right.
Do we want it every morning and every evening?
I think it could be different for each person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I
Alright.
don't think it has to, like, because our routines and our schedules are different. And so, you know,
Okay.
I feel like it makes sense to do the 2 times a day that is best for you.
Now, I will say there is an added benefit when you wake up and you go to sleep. The subconscious takes these in differently.
Okay.
And this is something that we actually even Alasa had us do in the money class.
Right.
So I'll leave that up to you. But so do we want to do twice or one?
I'm gonna start with one for myself.
Okay.
Because whenever my pattern that I'm thinking of is when I like just like you, when I sign myself up for too much, then I do less.
Yeah.
But when I'm being practical,
Right.
I complete my goal. So I
I
know like
resonate with that.
I know I can commit to one
Okay.
for sure.
So let's do 5 minutes a day
Mhm.
once.
I'm concur with that. That's works for me too.
Works for me as well.
Yeah.
All right. So do we want to come up with like having a little group chat or something or are you guys good with group chats?
Yeah, like in the morning, like are we gonna do it? Is it a morning thing? And for me personally, I'm a morning.
So let's let that up to
Yeah. I'll
to
get
the
it done
person.
during the day at some point.
Okay.
But I'm gonna try morning, but you never, I got
I think it's a
5
matter of just checking in, you know,
Checking
whether
in.
during
Yeah.
the day.
Yeah.
Do we want to check in individually with each other or do we want to check in as a group with each other?
I like group.
I like the group.
Okay.
What type of tool are we gonna use for that?
So are you okay with text?
I'm okay with text.
I prefer text.
Group text, not the WhatsApp thing.
Not the
No,
WhatsApp.
Please let's not do that.
Let's please not
It
do
doesn't
that.
work for me.
All right. See, we're setting up parameters
Yes,
here
yeah.
because we're seeing like how can we function and do our best
Which would be
together.
great. I think I like it. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna use a separate note card
Okay.
to
For
kind of write down,
guidelines.
yeah,
Okay.
guidelines. One, so once a day.
I think that's great because that's whatever time works. Some people are morning people, evening people.
And
Yeah.
I'm all of them at some point. in
Yeah,
time.
there you go.
Yeah. Once a
that's
day
what-
keeps us
yeah.
all okay.
And then that's the thing, the flexibility and not
Right.
because then sometimes if you don't accomplish, then that's it. You know, you're
Right.
just down for the rest of
Right,
the day because
that's
you're like,
right.
I never got it
Right,
done.
right, yeah,
Right. So if
Yeah.
you give yourself that flexibility, then it's like I'll have the right time.
yep,
Brilliant. Oh, and 5 minutes a day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Minutes. So parameters
Mhm.
make sense?
yes.
Okay.
Yep.
We'll keep that here just in case. All right. So now let's tune in to what we want to transform. What's something in our life that we want to focus on? And I think I'm gonna give a moment for us to tune in
Mhm.
and then individually, let's kind of go through this. Does that
Okay.
sound good?
Mhm.
Sounds good.
That borrows me a marker.
Ah, stop bottom, there we go.
Like colors.
Me too.
Oh. Okay.
Affirmation.
Our three miracles, Catriel speaking.
I was like, the phone here never rings. That's weird.
That was interesting.
My higher self is on the line.
It's 222, so that, that's
Oh, look at that.
I love it. I love it.
Decision time.
Yep.
Oh man.
All right.
So who wants to go first? You want to go first?
I
You tend to always say, yes, I'll go first.
first. And then I'm the scout out there, so what I need to be consistent about and track and do, have accountability to do, which is good. All of those things is
Mhm.
just reading my general prayer, my affirmations for the morning, and watering my plants. And those all go together because it's earth, right? It's doing that. And it's also affirming my affirmations for the day, coming up with my intention and affirmation for the day, and then just reading my scripture. Those are things that I try to do on a daily basis, but it doesn't happen all the time. And I want to kick myself because it doesn't, even the plants, I look at them, I'm so sorry, I'm not today. I mean, I feel bad. And so I can see mine probably being most mornings, doing it and stuff, but those are things that I need to do, which helps me with balance through the day.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So what is gonna be your line on there for your intention?
My intention is to become more balanced by setting my intentions by doing X, Y, and Z. Those are the three things that are going to help me balance.
Okay, so it's the balancer is the main thing.
Yes.
Okay.
The balance. That's what I need.
Got
I need
it.
balance.
Libra.
I didn't say that, did I?
This is hilarious.
But it's true. I need it. That's what I have to work on. So if I'm going to work on it, I can't take the whole elephant at once. I have to pick pieces to be consistent. Does that
Brilliant.
make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so balance is my key word. And I'm picking those three just because they are easy, they're things that I want to do, and they represent, setting the focus for the day for me.
Okay. So I think you might need two note cards after you write that.
So what do I put here? Just balance? What do I put?
So the clear intention,
Okay.
because balance just is balance.
Balance is setting the intention for the day, but go ahead. Yeah.
But like in regards to yourself, like
Okay.
I want to create more balance in my life or
Okay.
something to that.
Okay.
I intend.
I intend. I like that.
So I'm going to say I intend to create more balance in my life by doing X, Y, and Z.
That could work.
And accomplish my OFIs by complimenting my Libra.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I'm doing, and I'm gonna put my daily prayer. I have a daily prayer book that I read for each day.
Okay.
Watering my geraniums. Flowers. And setting clear intention, the best that I can. For the day. Which means I'm gonna do morning. Like,
There you go.
So I'm gonna give you a second one because it doesn't tell you how you're gonna do it.
correct.
So I feel like there's something in there of like, what's a clear way that you could build a practice? Because that's really what you're doing,
It is
right?
a practice actually to do that. Yeah. So it's like chiseling out the 5 minutes when I wake up in the morning to do these is what's how I'm going to do it.
So now you have
The when
5 minutes that you need to read your note card, right?
that I have to what?
Read your note card.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
So could you not do it connected to that time?
I can. Yeah. So I would do it when I'm doing that. That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Okay.
So I intend to create more balance in my life by being more Libra-like, by doing daily prayer. I'm gonna put my actual little
I
book.
think it's important for us to have an intention statement. Like in the book, they're very specific about
Little book.
my intention is this, and they even have a measurable date. We may or may not do that, but and then they list
Yeah.
the action steps out. I will achieve this goal by
Bye.
doing X, Y, and Z,
Okay.
you know?
I thank you. And
Yeah.
see, this is where the mastermind group
Okay.
comes.
So I intend to create more balance in my life, period. And I will achieve it by these starting steps. Is that what you were saying, Jana?
Yeah, these action steps. I will take these action steps to complete this goal.
Is that the how?
Yeah. It's the different steps you have to take to create the balance.
It's balance and consistency is what it is.
Mhm.
That actually comes down here, right?
Um, would she do it on the same note card or would she do it on?
Yeah, that's what, well, at least that's what they talk about in the book,
Yeah.
is that you have the main intention at the top of the note card.
Mhm.
And then you say, like, I wish we had a book. I would like a physical copy of the
I
book.
have one, but Jaja has it.
Oh, of course she does.
That's why I've been saying I want to get there because I want my books back.
Right, yeah.
See, listing
Like,
dates and
There's
checks.
because there's a physical, like, the intention is I intend to do this thing by this date. To get there, I will do these steps, and you list the steps on the card. So the intention is at the top of the card, and then you list the action steps like 1, 2, 3 on
Right?
the note card as well.
Okay. And the time frame is over the next 30 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it should be daily. I say daily. So I say daily. That's
So
for
would it
30 days.
be, I intend to create a routine, like
Routine is a good word. Yeah. Yep.
a routine that I do daily
Yep.
to maintain my balance or my inner balance. Something that's linking it. I'm throwing it out there. You don't have to write yet.
That I do daily. I need a pencil versus a pen now. I need.
Yeah.
I'm not
Knew that was
gonna-
coming. Maybe that's why I provided the card.
All right. So I intend to create a routine that I will do daily to create balance in my life.
What about more like I intend to create more balance in my life
Mm.
over the next 30 days by, well, I don't know. I feel like in my opinion, take it or leave it, I feel like you should state the intention first. I intend to create balance in my life. Oh, through daily routine over the next 30 days or something like that. You know what I mean?
Routine or constant or consistent practice, something.
Right.
How about instead of intent, how about I will create? Because you're like saying like I will, like intending is like I plan to, but like I will is like I'm gonna do it.
Right.
So like I
That's
will.
true.
That's true.
That's definitely, yep, I will, yep. I will create balance in my life by over the next 30 days by doing the following steps daily, something along those lines. Does that make sense?
So like the reason I said that is like for a while back in like the beginning of my spiritual journey, I used to do Kundalini and I would practice like 40-day sadhanas, right? So like we would pick like a different sadhana depending a different Kundalini mudra, and you would have to do it for 40 days. And if you missed a day, you got to start again.
Start again, yep.
You had to start again.
Understand,
And
yeah.
then like, and that right there was just like, cause like, you don't know how many days times I got to day 39 and like missed a day and had to start over.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that was the best practice. And like, I think if we put that on there, like if we miss, we gotta start that gives you
that check mark on that day.
Yeah.
You gotta start back to day one.
And the only person you're like
is you.
is you.
Yeah.
So like you're not cheating anybody else.
That's
And
true.
trust me, like I'm just thinking of missing that. Oh
Yeah.
And so that made it so maybe if we kind of work that in there.
There's that military.
I like it. So
Because you're only as like is that extra built in, like, oh, I have to get this, I have to complete this. Like that mission, mission focus.
Right.
Mhm.
And then when creating that intention, maybe, you can think about fun ways and how you can implement those specific 3 things into your practice, to make it come to life. By the way, the Druidry book is all about that.
Blah, 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 blah. You're hitting on both my signs right now. You know that, right?
Guess what? They're both led by Venus. Ooh.
Yes, yeah, Libra. Yeah, I know. Darn it all. It's all coming. It means I'm growing. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. All right, I'm writing mine out. You can pass the baton while I
Okay.
finish mine.
I'm just thinking about it, like since I was like, let me just get going here.
Who wants to go next?
No, I could go.
So I kind of have some of my action steps, but I'm kind of figuring out exactly how to word my intention. So we had a reading in St. Augustine, and one of the keys that came through was really like full embodiment and being in my body. And I feel like I don't know, I am an overthinker a whole lot, and I'm total air sign. Right? So I've got a ton of air in my chart and fire. But I really need to be in my body more and open that line up. And so one of the biggest thing with that for me is just creating routines. So my action steps are going to be like a daily meditation, and some ecstatic dance or moving my body in some way. And maybe even just like reading a chapter in a book once a day that I really want to read. So I'm not sure. Maybe it's just too, let's see, I have some
It
thought.
kind of seems too broad.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
Like you said that you like to move your body, right? And you used to work out and do powerlifting and everything like
Yeah.
that. And it's maybe not to go back to that because, maybe find like I will walk for 15 minutes every day, at some point in the day, and like get that movement and get that time and then do your meditation within the walking.
Yeah.
Because then I like that, because it's like a specific thing.
Mhm.
Because you had too many variables too many choices, if that makes sense.
Right, but like I don't know. I feel like the action steps are, I don't know.
What do you
My
want to
goal
achieve?
is not to just read books. It's to, like to open myself and be in my body more and like open up that priestess mode, quite honestly. And so I feel like there are action steps within that that have to be done. And I need like the morning, I need the meditation. I need there are there's different action steps to reach that goal.
Okay.
Like in the
The
book,
earthing and just
Christy is
be.
talking about getting, a coach for no money or whatever, because they didn't have it in the budget or whatever like that. So they're trying to get a new coach for the team. And so she had to go through, she had all these action steps for, I don't know.
So, oh, go ahead.
No, I like, for me, the first thing you said was, I want to move my body. So that's your answer. And
Well,
like,
no, it's not about moving my body. It's about total embodiment. It's
no,
different than
no, I
just
get it. But I'm saying,
moving your
like, if
body.
you take 15 minutes a day to be by yourself, not with your partner, not with anybody else, just go outside and walk for those 15 minutes. And you do that every day, that 15 minutes will give you the clarity to make the next action steps. Because that, you said it right there. You need to move your body to get everything else flowing. And when you're out in nature, when you're out, you just like, you don't have to be 30 minutes, just 15 minutes, just something that you tell yourself, okay, okay, I have to go, like it's noon, I haven't gone out, let me go do these 15 minutes. And that's your time. And then you're going to come back refreshed with like
Right.
a whole new
I
perspective.
understand that particular thing does not resonate with me
No, okay.
at this moment. It would need to look like, it would need to be something different.
I think what
So
I heard you
I'm not
say.
sure. I'm not sure right now.
So Jana, what I heard you say is, the Empress, I understand zoning into the Empress energies. And, what I'm taking away is just be, just be, whatever, 15 minutes I have the same thing, to just be or resonate, either earthing or just whatever that is, to fill that space is just to be able to be in the flow. You're going to meditate, right? I added that to mine, by the way, too, because I need to meditate too. I don't reach that potential, so I have to have that too. It's not something I do and it's something I must do. I know that. So it's very important that that becomes a task that I do daily.
Mm.
So I added, thank you for that, because I added that on mine.
Yeah. So maybe we should move on from me right now,
Okay.
and I need to think about this more deeply.
Okay. I respect that.
For me, I'm just trying to keep simple because I have a tendency to go, and that's where I'm at. I think I've done so many of these things to try to reset myself. That's how I
Right.
always visualize these as a reset, right?
Yeah.
And when I add too much to it, then I just give up. So I'm keeping it like right now, I'm like, I will wake up at 7 a.m. That's a hard stretch for me. I am the kind of person that it's amazing the things that I get done in 20 minutes, but I wake
like
up
that.
with just enough time to make lunch for my dog, take a shower, make like my husband is like, why do you do this to yourself every day? He's like, if you just woke up 20 minutes earlier, you could have like a day set of intention. And I'm like, oh, but those last 20 minutes feel so good, and that's what I need to do. And like, just like I told Jana,
Keep it simple.
I'm gonna, you know what? I'm actually changing it. I'm gonna get up at 6:30
Oh my gosh.
and I'm gonna go for a walk because
I like it.
I need movement. I did this for a while and I'm gonna do just, I don't care. I'm in pajamas, whatever. I'm gonna run out the door at 6:30 in the morning. I'm not gonna think about
I
it.
like it.
Go around my neighborhood one time. That's
Good.
and then
That's good juju right there.
that's
good.
it. I'm starting with that. And
Okay.
then that is gonna set the intention, and
Well, we'll watch it flow during our conversations, what other doors open up as we go. It's not, and I understand where Jana was coming from. There was
Oh, yeah.
there was a goal achievable to get this, this team or this new coach, and maybe there were steps go out to do that. But for us, we're just taking some basic tasks right now
Yeah.
amongst us which is a good thing for us where we're at, to be able to just
Yeah, I'm gonna
be
start again.
consistent about, I'm looking for consistency and balance. And I think that's important to achieve, like you writing down your schedules in your book and making sure, you know, everything's written down and reviewing them the day before or something like that. Not that I'm picking for anything for you, but I'm just like saying, I have to do that though too, schedules and stuff. And I see this as a good baseline for me to start getting back into practice with a schedule and routines.
And sorry. And then because I'm Pisces and I'm feet, I have to be on my feet. First thing, what happens is I'm laying. But once I get on my feet, I'm moving, things are moving. But when I just stagnant, so this is giving me the action point, like, nope, I gotta jump up. I'm gonna go jump up, do a
You're
walk.
gonna
and
jump
then,
up on your fins.
yeah, there we go. And that's my goal. And then that I really feel that this one action
it.
is going to like just
I feel
make
that. That's
everything
what I
else
feel
flow.
too. Yeah. That's what I feel for me too. The meditation, the watering the flowers, I'm doing my earthing, I'm doing my reaching to my sky, my soul self. And both the meditation and the daily prayer go together. It's a book that I do.
Hmm.
It has a prayer, and every year for the last, since 2013, I write on the day of the month, the day like April 23rd, I'll write what occurred, something special occurred.
Hmm.
And so now I can reflect back, and 8 years ago on the same day, what happened.
I like that.
It's so cool because
That
then
is
you can
cool.
actually go back to that moment. It also gives you that transformation.
Mhm.
Look how far I've come from there.
Mhm.
You know, maybe there was problems in my relationship at that point and I wrote it down.
Mm.
You know, now I can say, okay, well, I kicked that relationship to the curb, so I'm doing great. No, I'm just kidding. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's back.
The personal growth, I love
Yeah.
it. So, and then, okay, so I will wake up at 6:30 a.m., jump out of bed, walk the neighborhood for one loop, and my intention is, oh no, I will see transformation,
The goal, right? That's
Yeah.
the goal.
transformation in my actions
Right.
because they will not be rushed. And that was my goal anyway. My goal was not to rush. I rush a lot because then I don't make enough time for things. So then instead of having to feel like I'm rushing, since I'm waking up earlier, I'm setting the whole day up for a more leisurely pace versus having to rush from one thing to another.
Hmm.
Is that more or less how we were going?
Well, I mean,
We're taking it that way.
for me, I'm probably gonna need help from my mastermind group. I'm not gonna lie, because I want a clear, measurable goal,
Mm.
so that because I noticed, so I ended up having a coach last year after I did the Zodiac Energy Empowerment
Okay.
series. The guy that I hired, well, you know, like co-taught with
Mhm.
essentially, for Capricorn, he offered me like a special deal for coaching. And I
Okay.
said, well, why not?
Yeah.
You know, if I get to feel how
Right.
he is and
Right.
transform some stuff in my own life and
Yeah.
then share that, you know, what that did for me
Right.
with other people.
Yeah.
And it took me a while to kind of like peel back layers. That's Scorpio, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I said, what I'm not happy with is that I'm not teaching anymore. It's either I'm doing all these jobs and things and all of that, and I'd like to get more money and all of that, but I wasn't doing the things that I love to do.
Wasn't feeling it. Yeah.
Like I like it was like either I was doing my yard work and organizing homes,
Mhm.
or I was doing all teaching stuff.
Mm.
And then the teaching stopped. And so I took the last, like, I said, I want to do this, but I don't know where to begin because the series had finished for the Zodiac Energy Empowerment series.
Mhm.
And I kind of had to regroup. It felt like I was starting over again. And And so I said, I'm going to set the goal to teach and work on my coaching business. And finally, by moving things around and connecting with our three miracles again and taking those steps, I'm doing exactly
What you want, yeah.
what I want.
Yeah.
And you know, what's interesting is I met that goal, but I
Yes.
haven't made a new goal.
Okay.
The only other goal I probably haven't like put into a specific note card is I am moving to Palm Harbor by by May.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if I'm using that one.
Or you should say in May because we're literally like 6 days away from May.
I said
I
May.
keep thinking
Yeah,
that.
in
You
May.
said
In
you
May.
s-
I did
Okay.
say in May before.
Okay.
Mayday, mayday.
You said by May.
Friend or by?
You said by May. I'm saying you need to say
When?
in May.
I know I'm saying before I have said in May. I just
Okay.
happen to say by May right now. Well, we're looking at an option with Alasa.
Oh, okay,
But it would definitely be rent.
rent.
Yes. To for short answer.
Okay. Yeah,
Um,
because I've seen a couple of places like on the Facebook Marketplace. You know, so I don't know
Okay.
what your budget is like, but I've seen a couple. Are you guys looking for like 2 bedroom?
it kind of depends on the situation.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, so I'm like the big conversation is around money right now,
Mm-hmm.
like being able to afford.
Yeah.
But by living in Palm Harbor,
Mm-hmm.
that will open up a lot.
Yeah.
So it kind of feels flip-floppy right now
Mm-hmm.
because I haven't been able to live up to the fullest potential in regards to coaching and things like that
Mm-hmm.
because I live so far away.
Yeah, I gotcha.
So, but in regards to the rent, I don't know that I have enough consistency in regards to the money coming in to
Mm.
prove it.
Mm.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you will have to go through like a private owner versus like.
Yes,
Mhm.
absolutely. Um,
But it'll come. There's always opportunities.
do you think that's a good goal? Or should I pick something else?
To build up your coaching business or to move.
The moving thing.
That's a good goal because you have to really get some, especially like what you said, that
You
so it's
have
not
to
as
do
easy.
some work for it.
It's
You
not
gotta
as
do
easy as going
underlying
as
work.
Zillow.
Yeah.
It's like you have to make connections, you have to talk to people, drive around, see signs that are for rent,
And,
right?
and then you have to set up, once you do all that, then you're to physically move and be here, you have to set up coordination to move out, to move in.
Mm.
Trucks,
So
people with Honda Pilots that can help you move stuff like me. You know, our friends.
so all right. Since
And
it's coming
I
up
can
so
pull my
strongly.
trailer with my car.
Oh, you can?
I can.
Whoa, wait a minute. Are
Yeah.
you able to like help us move a couch?
I can. Yes.
Oh my God.
So I see you're already building. your-
Yeah, I'm already building it. It's like I
Will.
will.
Just don't ask me to back a trailer in, but
She's badass. Yeah.
but yep,
I
my,
think-
because my car's set up to tow, so.
With my partner. Move. No, take the appropriate.
Inspired action.
Ooh.
I don't know, it's just coming out.
Because we're working on it.
Doing better for you than I am for myself over here. Help me, help
Action.
you, help us.
To move to Palm Harbor. To Palm Harbor. Florida. Just in case. By May. Is there 31 days?
In May there is.
by May 31st.
That's Memorial
And we're
Day.
traveling for 2 weeks of that, so
I understand that, but it's like to have something set up by that date, like yeah, like it's possible.
Are you guys open to trailer homes? Not like a trailer, but like, like in the communities where they have,
I live in a mobile home.
yeah, mobile homes, yeah.
So
Because that's a great price and it's really nice communities.
we were considering that. We were even talking to Alasa about that option.
Mhm.
But yeah, yes, we are is like because as long as it's like close to here, that's the main thing. Because like we need a time to recharge.
I think Sabelle's place is still up for hers, maybe.
I
did you
think
talk
she
to
sold
Sabelle?
it.
Huh?
Sold it.
Oh, she sold it? Oh,
Mhm.
she's quick.
Yeah.
She's like.
As far as I know, she did to somebody that they knew, but like it still needs a ton of work, and so she sold it pretty low.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right, she did. But there, I was just looking and I saw a couple of them, and like, because some of them are 55 and above communities, but there's a couple that are not.
And even if they're 55 and above, they allow a few people underneath.
Oh, do
to
they?
live. They have a percentage they can have
Oh,
underneath.
see?
Most people don't know that.
Look at all this information that's
Wait,
coming
say that
forth.
again.
Even if they're 55 and above, they have, like they can have, I don't know, a 10% or 5% being underneath 55 to
Oh,
live
okay.
there.
And those are better priced.
Yeah,
Mm.
just FYI. So even don't not look at them if they're 55 and above, because you can get in still to them. They have a certain number that they
Oh,
can, allow you in. Because before I moved here originally, I was looking at those.
Okay.
And they said, still check with us because we have maybe 10. I don't know what the number is, but they
Yeah.
can have so many. Yeah.
oh,
No kids though, but
yeah, no
definitely,
kids.
yeah.
Yeah. That's a lot of valuable information right there for this area.
Yeah.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
much so.
So now your options have expanded.
So what I got so far, I mean, I'll probably add more steps, but I
We will
will
build on it as we go, but go ahead.
with my partner, Jana, take appropriate inspired actions to move to Palm Harbor, Florida by May 31st. By first listing our home. Second, find a place to live. And 3, clean up our house, like get it ready,
Stage, right,
get it like ready.
whatever you have to, whatever they have
Yeah.
to do, the cleanup, what do you call it?
Staging.
Marketable,
And then 4, pack up or sell
pack and transfer.
things. That seems measurable, right?
Mhm.
Cool. All right.
Well, I think this will have to be number 1,
Which one?
number 3.
Number 3?
Yeah, clean up. Like you want to stage the house first to list it.
Well,
No?
I feel like we could probably still list it.
Mm-hmm.
Just when you have a showing.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But I get what you're saying.
Because the market has flipped a little bit where it's more of a buyer's market now. So you really want to get it like, get the pitch because there's a lot of on the market. So you want to
Yeah.
make sure that you're,
Luckily, last week we contacted a realtor, so
There you go.
now we just got to get that last piece of information in
You're in the
regards to stuff.
process.
All right.
that's
Cool.
good. Those are good stuff.
Those are.
Oh, I feel like some of these need more note cards, like because I have to research.
All right, Mr.
Yeah.
Mr. Scorpio there.
No, I mean like I need to research
You do. have
like
to.
more like in regards to the place of living
You
thing.
do, yep. And there's lots of them around though,
Yeah.
like you said, so.
And that's a good thing. Like, because the market is the way it is, there's more to, like, when I moved here, there was nothing in Palm Harbor.
Right.
When I got here like 3 years ago, there was nothing in Palm Harbor. And now I'm like,
And just this little conversation, just look what you learned here. So
Mhm.
word of mouth is gonna be definitely useful for you.
That's what I feel, and that's why I'm wondering where did that board go that was in here, the miracle board.
Oh.
I was gonna go ask Alasa what happened to that.
Yeah.
So honey, do you wanna do yours?
No. I feel like I need more time
Okay.
to process and think it through.
Okay. All
So I
right.
will work on it today, but yeah,
Okay.
it doesn't feel in alignment right now.
So we could probably just create a chat, and then when you have something, if you wanna, um, like if you need help or anything like that, to throw into the chat, like if you need for the mastermind.
Yeah, I will.
Starting this tomorrow, the
Um,
24th. Today, 24th, whatever. Tomorrow's,
Got one
she
more
shows
card.
us
Can I start
tomorrow.
again?
Because you're gonna start in the morning, so we
Yep.
need to start tomorrow.
Okay,
Well, if that works, you
It
know,
works
but
for me because I'm planning on morning
Okay.
too.
I'll bring you a note card, honey.
Okay. I feel like we have some around. I just didn't know where they were offhand.
I don't either. I swear we did, and I can't find them. I looked into the brown little thingy.
Oh yeah, that's where I assumed they probably were.
They are not,
Okay,
unfortunately. But we have lots of thank you cards.
that's true.
Starting on Friday, 24, 4, 24, 25.
no.
Oh, cool. Start 4,
24, 25.
but that's tomorrow's the 25th.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure today's the 24th.
I like it better that way. I like 25, 25. I've always done that. That's even better. I was thinking I wished it would have been the 25th. I really did. I like 420 because I remember. Because then, like, 10 years I'll say, I remember when I did that on 425, 25. It's that association, right? Like your 7-Eleven or your 11 to 7.
Yes,
Right?
yes. Truth. So, was this group, this particular book helpful / group?
I want to finish the book. I think it would have been helpful to know the depths. I can understand why Jana's, because she read the full book and understanding how they went through their tasks.
Yeah.
Us on the outside, on the perimeter, with the knowledge that we have, I think what we've come up with is very good. So,
Same.
I concur. I do. And here's my card you can throw away.
Yeah, okay.
But absolutely, absolutely. But
So-
it's helping me do things that I've been wanting to do and I just haven't done. So it's putting me and hold me accountable to do it.
Okay, good. So I'm actually gonna share one thing on here. Where is it? Mystery. Okay, that way. Mystery School Book Club. Where's that one? This is the one. Yay. Where'd you go? 1 second.
You sound like Kermit the Frog.
I am.
Very Kermit-like of you.
Okay, so this week we did The Size of Your Dreams, and now next week is The Druid Path by John Michael
I already
Greer.
have a goal, So
It's only 4 hours.
I know, but I did love the beginning.
And then just for future, after that book, we do The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, which is, what's her name again?
Marie Kondo.
Yeah.
Of tidying up, is it?
Yeah.
Hey, my task right here is gonna be helping with that.
So, and then after that, we break a little bit, but we do bring up the book, The Cash Machine, which the authors of this book that we just did
Okay,
is The Cash Machine.
okay.
So
The flow was very good, so.
I will tell you, this couple is amazing, and I love how they can teach through stories.
Okay.
It's so just, it's really impactful.
Awesome.
And they have lots of different books. Hannah has a few of her own, like Hold That Thought. It's a good one, which is all about reprogramming the mind. Like essentially the stories we tell, are they really truths? Are we making up stories to not help us move forward? Are we
Yeah.
making excuses for ourselves? So the work they're doing,
Very cool.
it's very impactful, I feel. So again, next week, the Druid Path.
Same bat channel, same bat station.
Yeah. All right. Where'd you go, honey?
I'm here.
I don't know why it did what it did. Oh, let me stop share. Maybe that'll help. Okay, there we go. It's like it wouldn't let me get back. Thank you, honey.
Thank
Yep.
you.
See you guys later.
Love you.
Bye.